Welcome all for the happy learning on data structures and algorithm. Today we are going to discuss about the seventh session of our first module, which is built-in function and user-defined functions. Okay, actually what is function? Whenever you give one set of instruction to a computer, we will not be able to give that instruction directly to a computer. We give that through a block of code. This block of code you call it as a function. Okay, usually we give an input and that input will be processed and you fetch a output from that. Okay, this you make it as a this you give it through a function. Input is a set of function and the operation what it performs is a set of function and an output is a function. That is why it is termed as function is a block of code to perform a specific task. This instruction what we give to a computer, we will not be able to give it directly to a computer. We give that through a set of instruction, that we say it as a function. And you broadly classify the function into two types. One is library function, the other one is user defined functions. And further classification, when you go with library function, you have predefined function, declarations inside your header files, then you have executable files, the example printf, scanf, and all these are all the library functions what you have. And user defined function, that is the function created by the user so that it is going to reduce the complexity of the program. Now we'll start with built-in function. Built-in function or the function that is already available in the C libraries. We have a concept of C libraries where few functions are already defined and stored on it. Okay, and with these functions you will be capable of performing file access, mathematical computations, graphics, memory management, etc. And you define all those things in a special header file. A function that we built it into an application can be accessed by the end user. So this function and this built-in function are universally common for all the users. Those whoever is developing a program, writing a code with the C language, it is universally common to all the users. For example, when you go with printf is only printf for all the users who is using it. And we'll discuss some of the built-in functions we have. Okay, some of the built-in header files what we have in C is stdio.h, which is standard input output, and we have conio.h, which is a standard which is used to console and input and output. We give this through a header file. Then we have string.h, which is going to relate all the string function defined in the header file, and math.h, it will be specifying all the mathematical function related to the your application, and time, which is specifying linking your clock and date settings of your system with the application. Then we have printf to print the, which is acting as an output function, and we have scanf for input function, and we have unformatted input as getC, getS, getChar, putChar, and unformatted output as getW, putW, fgetC, putC, feof, that is finds end of file, fprintf, fscanf. These are all the library function which has been already defined and it has been linked with your header file. Okay, we'll see some predefined function under conio.h, that is clear screen, which helps you to print the output in a new screen, which is going to clear the previous output, clear screen with the previous output. Then you have getch to get a character from the keyboard. You have a text color, text background, which are all the function which has been already defined. And some of the string functions that we have in C under library functions are string cat, strcat, that is it is going to concatenate two strings, string 1 and string 2. When you invoke this function, it will be concatenate both the string 1 and string 2. Then you have string copy, string strcpy, which is going to copy string 1 second string into the first string, and you have a string strlen which is going to give the length of this string. Then you have string copy, which is going to copy the string, second string to this first string, and it is going to compare it is going to compare the first string with the second string, and if it is both the strings are same, it is going to return 1, or it is going to return 0. 1 implies it is true condition, and 0 implies it is false condition. When both the strings are same, it gives it as it specifies true by returning 1, and if you have different strings, it returns 0 specifying it as false. Okay, then you have strdup to duplicate a string. Then you have string lwr to convert the string into the lower case. Okay, these are all the predefined function. Now we will see about the user defined function, and this function is defined by the user. The programmer who is going to develop a program or who is going to write the code can define his own function through a user defined function, and this function will not be there in the libraries. You will not have a code and the code of these functions in the library. And we'll see what is the syntax for a user defined function. We have main followed by a function declaration, then you have a function call, and the definition of that function will be followed by it. This is what an user defined syntax of an user defined function. We have a declaration section where you're going to declare the return type and function name with the parameter list, followed by a definition section which has return type, a function name and the parameter list, followed by the body of the function, and you finally have the function call. Here is an example to specify the user defined function. You have int add, int x comma int y. Okay, here return type is integer, function name is add function, and parameters we use is x and y, and function body is you are going to call a function add. Okay, and when you call that function, it goes to the function call sum, and here you're going to add the values of x and y, and you're going to store that in the sum. So when you return sum, that sum value will be returned to the main functions. Okay, again you can classify this function, user defined function, under 4 categories. The first is function with no arguments and no return value. Then you have function with no arguments but you have a return value. Third category, you have function with arguments but no return value. Finally, you have function with arguments and return value. First case we'll discuss function with no arguments and no return value. See here, you create a main function and you call a function call. You have a function called add as a function call. Okay, when a compiler goes to the function call, it goes to the function call. So void add is a function call again. Here you are going to here you have declared the variables a, b and sum. You have initialized which of integer type. So you are giving the two numbers through a and b. So you get the input from the user using scanf. Now sum is equal to a plus b. Sum, it is whatever value you are giving. If you are giving 2 and 3, the sum will be 5. Then printf sum is equal to %c and sum. So based on the input user receives, it is going to print. Okay, here no arguments has been given to the main function, no return value is given to the main function. It actually prints the value of the int. So suppose if the two numbers are 2, 3, the sum is 5. It is not returning any arguments to the main function. It is not returning any value to the main function. Next, function with no argument but you have a return value. See here, you have main function. You give int sum, you give sum, you've defined sum as an add function, then you print the value of sum. Okay, when the function call you have sum is equal to add function, it goes to the sub function. Okay, it goes to the calling function. You have int a, b, so again you're going to get the values and it is going to return the value of both a and b to the main function. That is why you're not going to give any arguments here, but you're going to return the value to the main function. That is why this is an example as for a function with no arguments and no return value. Next is functions with arguments but no return value. So here you are passing the argument. See, void main int a comma b, and you are passing an arguments that add a comma b. Okay, you are giving two numbers, and here itself you are passing the arguments add as of a comma b. So the value and a b will be stored in the add. Then you define a function for a calling function, void add int a comma b. Then you give the sum. Here no values is written. No value is returned to the main function. Only argument is passed in the main function. This is an example for function with arguments and no return value. Then we'll see functions with argument, the fourth case, which is the functions with argument and return value. So you'll be passing the argument in the main function, calling function, and you will be getting the return value by the called function. Okay, so you have int a comma b, and sum you initialize that. You pass the argument here, sum is equal to add a comma b. So when it goes there, it comes back come to the calling function, add int a comma b. So what you do here, sum is equal to a plus b. So what a value of a and b will be given here, and it will be added, and it returns the sum to the main function. So you're passing the return value arguments, and you're passing the return value. This is all about the function. So basically we classify the function into two categories. One is predefined function, the other one is user defined function. This predefined function is universally common to all. Okay, those who even if I use printf, the printf is same, and if I use scanf, the scanf is same, and when you use printf and scanf, that defined function, the code for that remains universally common for all the users, where user defined function, it depends upon the user who is creating. This is all about functions. Thank you all.